So, yeah, Charlie Miguel, welcome to the show, man. It's been you guys have been on many times, but for those that might not be familiar with who you guys are, can you introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, my name is Dollar Cost Crypto. I've been in crypto since 2016, and we started the Crypto Mindset course back in 2020. And we got people through the 21 bull market, the bear market, and back into the bull market. And we're ready to make this money, man. Last time we were here, some people were like, I don't know if this bull market is going to continue. And we just hit a new all-time high on Bitcoin, and we touched the all-time high on Ethereum as well. So
it's funny. Yep. They're making memes about Michael Saylor being happy about the all-time high, dancing and stuff. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
He just keeps buying, man. He just keeps buying. He's a bull. But yeah, I'm Charlie from Cultivate Crypto, as a lot of you guys know. And yeah, co-founder of the Crypto Mindset course. We're here to make sure that everybody just kind of understands what's happening with crypto right now, because it is a pivotal point in the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin, and now for a bunch of other coins as well as Ethereum. So we're very glad to be back on here today.
Welcome back.
Cool. So I guess, and guys, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the market, what's going on, what's the latest,
and phone calls,
and then we'll also take some phone calls from you guys as well. The number to call into the show 646-490-03. Is it 84 or 94? I can't see.
84.
Well, it's 94.
94.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, yeah. So the number's there at the bottom middle of the screen, guys. 646-490-0394. Again, that number is 646-490-0394. You guys can call into the show. But yeah, Charlie Miguel kind of give you guys an update of what's going on with the market, what's the latest. And yeah, we got some all-time highs, man, which is a good thing. So I'll let you guys take it away.
Yeah, jump on what we were talking about with fundamentals, and then I'll throw the charts after that.
Yeah, so basically, we're in Uptober. We were calling this Uptober last time we were here. Basically, we're going to get 2 interest rate cuts, one at the end of this month on the October 29th, another one on December 10th. This is like a long-term plan that the Fed's basically announced on the last Fed meeting, is that we basically, since September, now October, then in December, and then probably one in February, we're going to get about 100 basis points of cuts throughout this in the beginning of next year. And then when Jerome Powell gets replaced as the head of the Federal Reserve on May 12th, Trump's going to put someone in there that's going to cut rates further. So we're kind of we're heading into a place where basically on the macro market, the larger I would say credit market, rates are going down. Trump's probably going to cut it another 100 basis points, and that'll be 200 basis points within 9 months, which is crazy good, because that'll start kind of it'll start up real estate again. It's really going to start like a refinancing boom. Basically, people are going to start taking equity out of their house, and people that are kind of like house rich, cash poor, are going to basically sell houses or move around in the country. It's going to release a lot of capital. The real estate market since 2022 has been kind of like the break on the market. Markets that are very, very liquid, like stocks and crypto, have been soaring since basically the bottom of 22 onwards, basically. So we've been in a bull run in crypto since December, basically since the mega course that we did back in December of 22. And now we're entering a phase of we're entering an ETF boom. So Ethereum is going to get these staking ETFs approved that basically give you staking yield or dividend yields from the ETFs. And we're getting one for Solana. XRP's already gotten one. Doge has got it. We're basically going to get a couple of meme coins, and mostly layer ones. And if you don't know what that is, join the CMC. But we're entering this whole stage of the market where Bitcoin has been really the strong one, but now a lot of the money on ETFs is starting to flip towards Ethereum, Solana, SUI, XRP, AVAX. Basically, any top cryptocurrency that's got kind of U.S. backing is getting the money, and what makes this cycle so important is that this is really the first cycle where America is fully running the crypto market. So Trump's a pro crypto president. They have their own stable coin. Banks are making stable coins. Visa, MasterCard are making stable coins. Everyone's jumping in the game. So Wall Street's putting their chips in right now. So the market's heading up, and then it's mostly kind of Wall Street / VC coins are pumping, but all the majors are going up right now and stuff.
Yeah, since we were last on stream here, there have been some kind of major developments with a lot of different crypto projects. Binance Coin has had Aster, which has pumped quite a bit. I think MasterCard has actually highlighted them as a project that they think is going to continue to do well. That was something that we mentioned a little bit on the stream, but it's kind of developed since then. We've had MetaMask, which is run by Joseph Lubin, who helped start Ethereum. He co-founded Ethereum with Vitalik Buterin. and he's running some L2s and different projects that basically they're going to be used by Swift to send messages across borders, basically on the Swift network through blockchain. And so Ripple had been the project that wanted to kind of replace Swift with the blockchain, but Swift itself is starting to adopt some Ethereum-based players. And so, the deals that have gone on between Vitalik Buterin, Joseph Lubin, Swift, the banking system, like there's a lot more happening in the background than we actually know about. And that's a good thing, because when there's a lot of, they're not really rumors, they're like Wall Street rumors, right? Where they're put out in news, but they only give you a bit of the information. Right. And then the rest of the information unfolds as those things are actually implemented. So I think everybody here is pretty early still, even to the crypto market for where we're at now, because if you just look at Bitcoin, yeah, we're hitting new all-time highs right now, which we said when we were last on the podcast here, I think it was September 19th or the 22nd, or both of those days, because it was Friday and a Monday, right?
Yeah.
We said we're basically going to new all-time highs in October for Bitcoin. Then Ethereum should follow. And like Miguel said, the ETF season is pretty much here. So Ethereum's going to get a staked ETF. Grayscale just applied for that, which they tend to be some of the first ones on Wall Street to get the new ETFs, along with BlackRock and ARK Invest. So if you get a staked ETF on Ethereum in this quarter, not only will Ethereum go to new all-time highs above 5,000, 5,500 into the end of the year, but then also you'll get a staked approval for Solana. And we know that Wall Street loves yield, so they'll go to anything that has like a decent yield. And then you go to two assets that basically have some of the best performance against pretty much any traditional asset over the last few years. And you get like 4% on top of that. Like Wall Street's just going to be frothing, putting in money on that. So yeah, we're pretty bullish on Ethereum. I'm kind of looking at where we're at now going into the end of the year as Ethereum season, because it's kind of been a sleeping dragon just waiting for new all-time highs.
Yeah.
So just bringing up as well, like where we're at now with Bitcoin and Ethereum, people were asking on the Zoom call pretty much, what's the window of opportunity now? Is it still good to get into it now, or should they wait? When should they hop into coins now?
So yeah, there's still a bunch of opportunity, but it's kind of like, now the Bitcoins aren't going to like this, but when we were telling people to get into Bitcoin back when it was at its all-time low during December and early 2023, to get into Bitcoin under $20,000. After Bitcoin hit about $52,000, which is about $1 trillion market cap, I said it's better to switch off into like lower market cap assets and stuff like Ethereum. Ethereum was still about $1,000. Now it's almost $4,800 right now. You can still buy Bitcoin. If you buy Bitcoin now and you hold it for 5 years, you're going to be perfectly fine. You're going to make money on it, but it's a long ride. It's a longer ride versus like if you're just trying to make a little money on the short term for over the next 9 months or preferably 6 months. You can buy Ethereum right now pretty safely. I would buy it below $5,000. If it's above $5,000, I think you'd be better off buying into like stuff that's like AVAX or Cardano or Sui, Sonic, or there's quite a lot of other coins, just because like we're later in the cycle basically. So it's like this is where things start moving fast. Coins really start pumping now. It's risk on, but it's the sort of time where like basically Bitcoin can still like double. It could potentially double or maybe only go up another 50 grand. So you're better off during this part of the cycle to be in kind of the lower cap, safer stuff that's got like ETFs, treasury companies, and basically Wall Street money backing it. And you can make some sizable money there and then take profits and then basically wait out the cycle and buy the bottom again, basically.
Yeah. One thing that, one thing that we have that's awesome is the 60-day cycle, aka the Lucas cycles. They're cycles that were first noticed on Bitcoin by Bob Lucas. So that's something I want to show you guys here today on the charts as well, just because in terms of timing, there's some nuance to it for like how Bitcoin moves against the altcoins right now. But there's opportunity here throughout the whole quarter. And then also just to mention, we'll mention this when we mention the charts, but in the chat a little while back, there's a guy named AntCat who says, I was in the CMC, which is the crypto mindset course, Q3, and bought Pengu at 0.0175, which is about a penny and some change. And he's in profit still, he says, thanks to DCC and Charlie CMC for the win, which I just wanted to mention that W there because Pengu's on a 2x from that price. and it hasn't even exploded yet. It's already done an explosion from its bottom, but I believe Pengu and Virtuals are two coins that are highly correlated with Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Yeah.